Okay. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I am back, and let's just wait until the patch is applied. Okay. Let's just wait until the patch is live. Okay. And then we can continue the streaming. Okay, where is the thing? Where's the thing? Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm trying to sleep. Can you sing a good night song, please? I don't think I can, my friend. I don't think I can. I can put on some Alan Watts philosophy for you. You know. But you know, I guess it's not monetized. Is Alan Watts monetized, or you know, or not? Quite a long patch, you know, patch update. What program do you use to do the Yorick effect? Do you mean this? Okay, let me search for Alan Watts. Let's put on something random.
But we all feel that this concept of ourselves, which we call our personality or our ego, can do something. Because we think it really exists, and I'll tell you why we think it exists. What happens when you, if I were to say to you, now look hard at the television screen, really look at it. What do you do as distinct from just watching it in the ordinary way when you say, now I really got to see that? What do you do?
It's a good question, actually. Alan Watts, you know, I used to listen to him some time ago when I was a little bit younger. And I do like the way he, you know, explains stuff. It really does. There really is, you know, Adobe Character Animator, my friend. That's how a human would do that, if you have a human face. Do you need someone to be an actual champion target dummy, or do you use a normal target dummy? I'm just gonna play the quick play. That's the, you know, because I wanna, you know, I know the quick play has different rules, but I still wanna feel how it feels. Yeah. I don't, you know, it's again the target dummies. Most of the time I just use them just to, you know, see if something works or not. But to have the balance feel, you kind of gotta, you know, you gotta play the game. I don't like Swift Play 2, Stray Cat, with a K. I do not like that. By the way, I recently learned how to do ragdolls in Unreal Engine, specifically for League of Legends champions, and I'm wondering, I could make, because I have this, where's the button here? I have this little... Okay, let's see. Oh, test alert, yeah. There it is.
New donation from someone, Kofi test alert thing.
I have this little GIF, right, of Yorick doing the breakdancing, and I can do the same thing with a ragdoll, and I'm wondering, because you can get a lot of different types of movements with a ragdoll, and that just looks kind of awesome, and I can do that with other champions too if you're interested in. For example, one thing that would be really, what I think is really nice is, for example, Yorick has a dance animation, right? Or Draven has a dance animation. And you can ragdoll it so that the dance animation happens, but you can tune how much it's affected by physics and stuff. So you can get infinite amounts of variations to that dance animation. And I think it's kind of funny for streams and stuff, you know, because people are used to seeing the animations in a certain way, and then if you change them a little bit, you know, it has a kind of a fresh feel. Ergot, please. Okay, I can't do it that fast. You know, I can't do it that fast, but I could, you know, if a lot of you want a specific champion to do the ragdoll on, I can work on it off stream, because it's gonna take a couple of hours. As part of the rework, let me read that. Welcome, Yusuf. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the Ghoul gang. As a part of the rework, they should make it so that someone to, because they get the animation similar to Mundo Z. Oh, you mean you slap someone and then they just kind of go further? I'm not 100% familiar with the way that Mundo works. Okay, Swift Play, Pengu Garen. That's a nice thing. I like that. Pengu Yorick when? When Pengu Yorick? Where do I need to click? Riot. What's going on with this? Rito. Oh, there it is. Choose your champions. I think you can play Yorick in both of them, right? That's funny, but it's not that funny that you would, you know, that you would just go crazy about it. Middle, and let's say top. Can I do it? You must select at least one priority. Well, it is what it is. If they give me playing support, I guess right now Yorick is going to be able to be a support, right? Because of the ghouls. Because the biggest thing about Yorick support that was weak was the fact that oh, and the other one, yeah, it's this one too, so it's not messed up. Good. Yeah, you couldn't get ghouls. Now you can. Maybe make it feel the bonk. Yeah, of course, of course. Yorick changes good? Actually, where are the patch notes? Aren't they supposed to have patch notes over here? Well, we went through them already, and there's no point going through them right now anymore. I'm actually kind of excited to play Yorick support, even if it's on such a high ping. David writes sometimes, I think you're wrong. I think I have seen them. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I think you're wrong, but it's 50-50. I guess it's 50.5. Because I think you're wrong, but not in a not in an argumentative sense, but in a just a I think I've seen it. I think I'm seeing it. No, it's League tab, bottom left, I think. League tab, which one? This one? Arena season, what's new? Boom, there it is. You are correct, my sir. Game updates, but these are not the right. These are not the. Yeah. These are the last ones, or are they? No. These are the last ones. Yeah, it's not the new ones. LP refunded. Interesting. I've never had experience with cheaters. Maybe I don't know about them. But is it the thing only in higher elo? Oh no! They are gutting him. Look at this. They do be gutting that. Yeah, but these are not the current ones, aren't they? Let's see. Let's make 100% sure. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's the last one. Oh, this is. I didn't even know that this was changed. Huh. I don't like this. This is also a little bit of a nerf. I think I saw Ninetales' video about Yorick Jungle being dead. Boom. I actually don't care if I'm support or mid. I can play both. I probably can't do any lane swaps, right? Where's the sound? I think I've turned off sound on my Okay, there we go. There we go. there's a Yorick, Brian the Beast, collector. But he's not against me, so you can also. So okay, my friends, this is going to be such a wonderful video because if you're not playing Yorick mid, but why does this guy look like Sacha Baron Cohen from his thing, where he was playing a gay guy, wasn't he? I think no, he wasn't gay. Oh, it's from the Dictator, right? So yeah, you can see Yorick playing top against Aatrox and Yorick playing mid against Twisted Fate. Obviously, you can't see the details of this guy, but you at least can see how he's gonna be doing, Okay, I wonder if I should get Doran's Blade just because the Q is buffed. Or is that such a little thing that you won't even, you don't even want to do it. What is this? What you got here? Is that a crazy cat? Looks like Shaco's box. It looks like a box from a skin where Shaco would be. Whoop. Did I get some speed from that? You collected Shaco boxes. Oh, it is a Shaco box. How perceptive of me. Okay. It's an April Fool's thing. Oh, there's a Yorick. There's a Yorick. So he slapped him, right? He must have a grave, right? There it is. He has 2 graves already. Okay. Different. Exciting. Still worried about the Yorick being watered down, but, it makes sense to just slap someone, right? Okay. I don't even know which item to buy first now because of the Black Cleaver. Maybe I just get the Black Cleaver and see what's up. Oh, Twisted Fate. Don't do it. What is that visual there? A little bit of a different visual there, They should have lowered the mana cost of E. This happened to me in TFT2. Okay, calm down. Yorick summoned guilds suffer 18% reduced armor. Does that change with levels? Yes, it does. So it makes sense to, well, I don't like that it makes sense to level it up, you know? Honestly, I don't like that. Is Anderson your name, Mr. Pokrick? That's my surname. That is my surname. Where's that gank coming? Where is that gank coming? Oh, that hurt a lot. Really? That's the Mundo change you were looking for. Yeah, I'm gonna have to level up the E now. I'm gonna have to level up the E now. I almost feel like he could be a little bit stronger, you know, right now. Overall, I feel like this is going to be a buff to Yorick, and you know, it just feels that the numbers, if I go through the numbers in my mind, it's going to be a buff. But I still, you know, I'm going to keep my, you know, anger here. Oh. Come on, ghouls, do it. Boom. Cat in the box, mayhem is murder, perfect. Does Shaco have, what is this? Small party favor, obtain, gain gold. Okay. 10 gold. It's not that high. Elixir of Force. Now, I didn't really have that elixir. Oh, I know why this is, because this isn't ranked. Okay. Why the minions talking? Because it's, you know, April Fool's thing. Do I even need to shred the armor? I think it makes sense to shred the armor with your jungler, right? Together. You know what? I'm gonna buy the Black Cleaver. Minus 50. It's interesting. I wish they showed this stuff even in... Okay, do I get the phage? Yeah. Oh no, this guy annoying. This guy annoying, man. I guess I should just recognize that I'm not going to be able to recall against them. That's the end of that. Can I farm this? Yes. Fortunately for me, he lost a bunch of mana. Didn't he? Okay. Your team is 580. Oh, then the Black Cleaver is 100% necessary. 100%. You know, I guess the Graves are more, but I don't feel like they are. Because the passive... How many ghouls do I have? Oh, he said that I'm going to be able to ping the amount of... he said that I'm going to be able to ping the amount of ghouls that I have. But it just says ready. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Okay. Yeah, I know that his ghoul card gives mana back, but, you know, I was just hoping that he's not gonna get it so fast. Okay, there's a Yorick in the top lane. Should I go fight that guy? Should I go... Oh, he's building lethality. I should have built lethality too. I succumbed to the patch changes. I did indeed. Oh, okay. Calm down, tower. Calm down, tower. Yeah, does he have some kind of an alien skin? Yeah. Where are they? The speed is noticeably faster when you have that. Noticeably faster. Oh yeah, you can see how many ghouls you have on the number here, but you can't ping the number. So, Mr. Freak, you said that it's gonna work. It's kind of half finished right now. Okay. A lot of hieroglyphics in the names of the enemies. Yeah, this Twisted Fate, I don't know what he's doing. Not my, place to comment on that. But, what's that symbol? Yeah, there's party dragons. Okay, there's something more. Gain gold. Okay, Elixir of Avarice. Thank you for that. Yeah, April Fool's Dragon. How is he doing? He's losing a little bit. He's feeding. Brian the Beast, you're feeding. Oh, come on, Brian the Beast. Why are you feeding? Oh, there it is. Oh, too late. Why? What exactly is he building? Can you tell me? What happened with that cannon minion there? Okay. 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 Is the recall a little bit different? Did they change it, or is this a chroma that I've chosen? How does it feel? How does it feel? Death smells like my grandma's baking. Now, why would Riot put a message like that? This guy feeding. This guy feeding. Okay. Yeah. I should upgrade E. It's just that I don't. I have this habit of just upgrading the W on level up. What you doing, boy? I didn't ping this. Don't you think I pinged that? Okay, so now they want me to team fight. Well, should I do it? Or should I stick to the Yorick no teamfight logic? Or should I go with the wind? What do you think? Hell no. Okay. Does fighting with the horse count as a team fight? I need to cage this guy. Whoop. Almost. Okay, so where can I see the stacks? Because he said that apparently it's going to be very, very easy to just kind of get those stacks up, and I just want to see those numbers. Because he said that the jump is gonna count, and oh, he got the first tower even if he's losing the game. What is the guy doing? Oh yeah, they actually do it pretty fast. Although, I don't know. I think for the, early months of these changes, Yorick players should still, Yorick players should still only split push But, oh. Ah, unlucky. Unlucky. What is he doing? What you doing, boy? Let me do a little bit of this. Okay. Why is Aatrox here? He lost a tower against the losing Yorick. What is that about? I don't get it. Is he TPing or something? Yeah, this scared me because I don't know the animations of these skins and... Oh, what is this Yorick doing here? Come on, boy. Don't you think... What are you doing? Okay. I don't often play against... Oh, there's so much to click. So many things to click and... you know... So much going on. That's why I don't like quick play, right? But you can still at least... So apparently those who weren't here for the first video, they fixed the ghoul jumping over the walls. I don't think I'm gonna be able to show it to you because it's kind of a rare situation. But in any case, they fixed it and, you know, that's good. Okay. There's a lot they changed. You have to read the notes or watch the video and just go through it. The first one, you can just go through it quickly. Yeah, you just can go through it quickly. The last stream on my channel, excluding this one. Brian the Beast. He has more items than I do, so he might... How does he... Okay. What you doing, boy? Slapping her? Okay, I should win the 1v1 against them. Let's see. He has this guy, and, well, I have 2 items, so I'm definitely gonna win it. But, oh yeah, they also nerfed the armor of Yorick. Yeah. What is he doing there? What? What you doing, boy? Losing that maiden. Where are those buffs at? Where are those buffs at? I don't... Oh, what are you doing? Okay, that was a TP. Damn, the TP has the same animation as does the Hex Flash, so I thought that he's Hex Flashing. I almost never... It makes sense, I almost never see the TP anime... Oh, sorry, Aatrox. I'm here. Okay, this is awkward. What it is. Fighting for farm with your teammates. Classic Yorick. Okay, how did I get these graves, I wonder? Did they silently change it so you can get graves even though Maiden is here? Because that was a big thing that bothered me, you know. That was actually a big thing that bothered me. What you doing, boy? Why are you here? Oh, the cats are they? So... No, that's probably not the change. Careful. Have to take the tower. Okay. Calm down. When the maiden is close, if there are 4 ghouls, you will open graves, you look like you're alone. No, it wasn't. Oh, if there are 4. Yeah, but was it really 4? Okay, maybe I, Hey, Mr. Horse. Don't even go there, she's just shooting. Okay. Oh, it's because of the changes to the passive. There's a lot more graves happening. There are a lot more graves happening. Okay, let me pick up this cat. Full inventory. Nothing appeared. Bug. Did you fall asleep? The person who wanted to fall asleep from the Alan Watts video. Your team comp looks like it's missing a top laner. That's, you know, I am part of the problem. Okay. Alan Watts is the GOAT. Yesterday I was doing some animations and I was listening to him just speak about the nature of world. He makes a lot of sense, even though it's kind of like a quote-unquote boring philosophy talk, but he makes a lot of sense. Especially when he mentions when you think that you are doing something the same way as you think that I'm gonna have trouble finding the words, but basically the thing about how do you beat your heart, you know, and you think you're doing it but you're not, but you are at the same time. I think it's especially, you can especially see that with breathing, right? You can have it on autopilot, but then you can also, okay, let me do a flank here. You can do that on autopilot, but you can also, oh no, I targeted the wrong. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. What was that attack speed? What was that attack speed, my friends? Okay, at least this guy spawned while I'm dead. You can turn off your breathing until you pass out. Can you though? Is it not gonna overtake you before you pass out? Have you tried? Yeah, the Jinx is so fed that I don't think we can do anything about that. What you doing, Set? Living fast. Boom. Oh. How did that kill it? Oh, I guess it didn't have health. I guess it didn't have health. Oh, this guy just pushing the lanes. Should I fight the maiden? He does have, you know, he has had this guy from the beginning of the match. Okay, what's up over here? What is that illusionary crab? We either kill Jinx or we lose the game. That's how I see it. Okay, now I'm gonna release my maiden. Oh, almost. No, it's not gonna happen, man. Wow. What's going on? Why can she just stand in place against top laners and win? Is there an answer to that, or? Well, a better answer is better question is why do they keep running into her? Okay. Damn, people be mad on PBE. Can I even protect this? I think it's over. I think it's GG. Charge to dance. Okay. Okay, we finally have to do it. Okay, now we finally have to do it. If we can't catch her... Okay, there she went. Calling dog to your opponent is the Chad mentality. Is it the Chad mentality? What do you mean? I think it's the classic, ooh. When near your allies. Okay, the party dragon. Oh, all of this is for the quick play, just for having fun, you know? Yorick. Yorick. 5 people going in on 1 champion. Just, that was funny. Unfortunately, we don't have a wave. Okay, I can't die. Oh, you know, remember my prediction when I said either we kill her and win, or we don't and we lose? Okay, my first impressions about the changes is that I wouldn't even have noticed that they are here if I didn't know that they're here. I would have probably seen like weird stuff with graves and stuff, and maybe felt the speed of the E, but overall I didn't feel much different. We issued a penalty. Okay. I think the biggest thing is going to be that Yorick is going to be a support now. I'm going to start playing Yorick support. I promise you. Okay, I don't promise. That's so funny to think about Yorick being a support. Because he kind of can do that now just because of the graves. Because the thing is, he does have armor shredding on the E. So if you as support you max E and then you go in when you E, it could work, you know. I should make a new account. Okay. You know, if my computer new computer goal reaches, I don't know, 30% by the end of March, let's say, I'm gonna make a new account. If that's even possible, I think it is. And I'm gonna do, you know, support Yorick climb and see where I get stuck. And if I get stuck at silver, itty-wittity. If I get stuck at platinum, itty-wittity. Although it could be that it's just in theory. That it's good only in theory. So... it could be that it's good only in theory. Also, I think Riot heard that I said that E is only cosmetic. You know? I kind of want to see you do support. You know, you might not think you know, this, but I am a really good teammate. And if I go into the support mode, I'm gonna be good in the support mode in my brain. You know. Two-year adults can hold the breath. Your nervous system learns there's very low reward behavior. Yeah, but it's really hard to prove that they are actually holding the breath, right? Because, well, they are 2-year-olds. I like Nami as a support. Okay, let's get that grave. There's the grave. There's the grave. Made sense to hit him instead of hitting the minion. Oh, you don't even need to... Okay, this is interesting. It makes sense to slap the enemy. It makes a lot of sense to slap the enemy. Doesn't it? Hey, you know, this is a new mechanic. My brain is thinking now. My brain is thinking now. Okay. Well, those are buffs. If you look at this, they are kind of buffs because you don't really get to get graves like this in the early game, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's nothing inappropriate. Okay, come on, Riot. I get that the Scuttle Crab is funny, and actually you can rip the Scuttle Crab model from Riot Games engine too, and you can ragdoll that thing in Unreal Engine. That would be funny to ragdoll that guy. Make some. That would be funny. Okay, he went back and I let him. I'm gonna go watch Arcane because I missed it. Okay. They normally only hold their breath like that when they don't get their way. Why am I recalling? My friend has I think 2-year-old. I'm not sure about the age, maybe it's 2.5. And he tells me about the progress of the kid, and let me tell you, it sounds kind of fun, you know? It sounds kind of fun looking at another human growing up, you know? Whoop, there it is. I just wanted to dance with you, he says. I am still very offended that they didn't contact me as one of the Yorick mains. I think, you know why it is? Because they see me as the problem, let me tell you. There's nothing fun about raising a child. Do you have a child? That can't be true. It is just... If that was true, human race would have died. Would have died out. A long time ago. As it is dying right now. Whoop. Right? Or is it dying? I don't think it is overall. I guess it depends on the countries. Oh. Can you slap him? It really, really, really makes sense to slap him, because one thing that's going to really change about after these changes is that you are going to... Okay. Okay, I have to put it in such a way that he can't... Okay, 5 seconds. Didn't even need to wait for those 5 seconds. Because there was this kind of quote a little bit annoying thing where you have to decide, okay, do I slap him or do I make a grave? Do I slap him or do I make a grave? And now it is that you make a grave always. You make a grave always. Okay, what am I doing? I'm reading the chat. They made it so that the attack speed for ghouls is from Yorick, right? So that means I can get some kind of attack speed items. Maybe the Trinity Force, you know, right now. Oh, is it? Can you confirm? Does Trinity Force affect ghoul attack speed? Because if it does, well, you know, it might be the end for the Titanic Hydra, you know? Yeah, I do want you to go on, David. David, the top G analyst. My name is Davis. The same, only with an, you know, not with an S at the end. Okay. Small party favor. Elixir of Force. Now this Yasuo is struggling a little bit. I don't know if it's because of the Yorick buffs or what. What about teaching them how to do a kickflip? Well, although I do understand that it can be fun teaching someone, you know, teaching someone something, but a kickflip is a bad choice because it's such a frustrating thing, and I don't know how far you are in your journey of doing a kickflip. But let's see you. Oh, he lost the cannon. I need. Oh, what is this? Why is he so small? That's funny. That's funny. No. He's gonna be here. I can't fight that. I just saw him. I just saw him go in those bushes. I cannot be fighting this Yasuo. Okay. You know, learning a kickflip, I think it took me 3 months. 3 months, that's a lot. That's a long time doing something that, let's be honest, you know, if you discount the fun and the kind of the philosophical nature of doing a kickflip, it is not worth, because you're just moving around a piece of wood, okay? Where's, you know, what's going on? And I say that as, you know, being a skateboarder and loving doing tricks and feeling like, you know, when I did the 360 flip for the first time, that was the best feeling of all, you know, of the life. Okay. What you doing? No. Okay, I was afraid he's gonna. What are you doing? No. These guys. He even. Oh, that was him. Unlucky. Maybe I need the Stride Breaker now. I need to see the ghoul attack speed. Can I see it before? Okay, I'm gonna get the Stride Breaker just in case. Yeah, you have to take up skateboarding. You know, nothing compares to that. If your girlfriend says, hey, does it really not compare to me? And the feelings you have with me? You don't even answer because, you know, the answer is obvious, no. It's just such a, it's hard to explain. It's such a pointless ability. But at the same time, it has all the world peace in it, you know? And in a way, because one thing about skateboarding is that it takes enough focus of your mind that you don't think about anything else. So it's really, really relaxing. You know, it's like having the noise thing. Oh. Can I do it? Or is the Shaco gonna be here again? Yeah, I think the Shaco is here again. Yeah. They are abusing me. Where is my Shaco? And you know, the big Shaco is losing to the tiny Shaco, so what's up with that? You just kickflip away. We need a thumbnail of Yorick doing a kickflip. Now, I know that in Mixamo, they have all kinds of activities. Can someone check if Mixamo has a kickflip animation? Because if they do, I'm gonna make it. And I'm gonna change the donation gift thing to... Where am I? To a Yorick doing a kickflip. If Mixamo has that animation. If they don't, then I'm not gonna make it from scratch. Sorry, that's just way too big of a commitment. That would take like 5 hours. Of course, you need to know what Mixamo is, and I hope you do. I kind of like the thing where you can actively see if the enemy or you have lost a cannon. I feel like that's the big thing about it. What are you doing, bud? What are you doing, bud? So what determines which of the Shakos is going to be big? What determines which of the Shakos is going to be big? Is he AD? Yes, he is. Oh, I don't mean to waste time here, but yeah. Tiny Shaco is not giant Shaco. No, I mean, what determines, you know, which of the Shakos is the big one? Is it based on lead? No. So the little one is the fed one, right? Or is it the other way around? Oh, she should have let him. I can't move closer. Very good. Please don't die. You know, it does make sense to build the Stride Breaker now, doesn't it? On Yorick. Just because of the attack speed to ghouls, right? There's 80 now. What if I sell it? And then... Okay, someone has to check it, right? They do have a skate one, though. What do you mean a skate one? What is that? How does it look? What does he do? Does he push or something? Because you know, I've learned to map Yorick's model on a Mixamo animation, so I can do those. Maybe... You know what, though? No, I can't do it. Unreal Engine. The retargeting of the mesh for Unreal Engine characters is way too hard. What you doing, bud? 77 gold. Less than a cannon minion. So why even chase that? There he is. Oh, the ghoul. The ghoul showing where he is. When I was a little bit younger, I unironically said skate or die. It is what it is, you know, you go through those phases and you have to cringe a little bit, but it's fine. We all can go through a little bit of cringe. You're not gonna get away. 79 gold for these guys. What are you doing, boy? It doesn't matter that you stun us. What are they doing? Are the Yorick buffs too big to handle? Yes, it's PBE. Sorry to insist repeating because I think you need to know. If you spam your Q and mini when there's 4 grades and you raise 4 goals and open a new one. I don't understand. Do you have to press it at the same time or something? Or what's going on there? By the way, did you know that all of these items, they have, this one has a different sounding, you know, the thing where you get movement speed on hit, this is called Fervor, this is called Rage, and this is called Quicken, so they all work, they all stack. Just double tap on Q. I don't understand, because I kind of feel like it would not align. That's that cannon minion gold Teemo. Why would I even attack him instead of the cannon minion here? I don't know. Double tap the Q. Okay. I guess this isn't what you were talking about, right? Oh, Magus. What was that speed? Excuse me, Riot? Now, I will still be mad about them watering down Yorick, but these seem like buffs, okay? Well, these seem like buffs. If you want, again, if you want to know what the buffs, the changes are, because they don't call them buffs, they call them changes. You can see them in the first stream that I, part 1, because I had to restart my computer because of the ED with a D situation with, Vanguard. Yeah, we do, No. Why is he 87 gold? I kind of wanna, it's kind of awkward, I kind of wanna, okay. Do I need one more? How many of these can you get, by the way? Can someone confirm, do they, all of these really stack? Because I seem to remember I tried it and they did. At least the Fervor and the Quicken, they stack. I'm pretty sure Yorick gets smaller. Oh yeah, it looks like the model is smaller. Okay, I get it. But when does... Don't do it. Why are they... Okay, I don't think I can win that. They want Yorick to be team fighting, okay? So, is this a team fight or is this just me inting here? Because it does seem like this is just me hinting here, you know? Ugh. Just spam the Q on a minion. Are you saying it's a bug? Let me hit you with a hard-hitting question. I was reminded about that question from Alan Watts. What is this big wave there? Yeah, he said you can ping your ghouls, but you can't. Okay, it says 0 now. Yeah, it just says ready. Did I get smaller? Or what? You know, all of this stuff is a little bit too much, right? Haven't you heard that simplicity is the key to you know, less is more? Here I am teaching someone who's more successful than I am. But that's the human experience, isn't it? Aren't we more likely to teach those who are more successful than we are? For example, me teaching Riot here. Oh no, actually, I had to finish. No, I have just a little bit. Okay, please, Maiden. Maiden, distract them. Do it. The wife bait. And he... I don't know how he saw me. And how he dodged that so well. Okay. I unfortunately can't stay for the party. Just try that Q trick. But how... I can't do it if... Okay, so what do I have to do? I go to the wave, and I spam Q and hit the minion, right? And that's it. Do I have to, when there's 4 graves? Yeah, but come on, man, I can't get 4 graves that easily. Okay, 2. Okay, now I have 4, and do I do what now? Should I go to the to the chicken to try it or what? Okay, so I spam Q here. Oh, I know what you mean. Oh, you're right. I know what you mean now because the animation of the raising is faster than the last hit. Are you saying that for all these years I haven't done that? Because this seems like a thing that would have been already here, right? That's nice. That's nice. I really do understand what you mean by it. Do humans have free will? 24 votes, yes. Let's end the poll. So the majority says yes. Does Yorick have free will? Because I'm kind of controlling him. Yesterday I watched the final of the Severance season 2, and it was pretty good, okay? It was pretty good. It dealt with the questions of free will and, I guess not free will, really. More like, okay. More like questions of... Hey, but this trick, it was there before, I just had never ever used it. Damn, you learn everything, you learn things, new things. Can I finish the sentence, please? Every day. Where is he? Where is he? I can't be int in here, because I will int, let me tell you. What is lowering that movement speed there? Oh, Shaco. So we have the poor man's Shaco, and they have the big man's Shaco. Do we not? Can I click on it? Yeah, it's a little bit too much. It would have sufficed for one well-placed good April Fool's joke. But all of this is a little bit like, you know, we're gonna throw all this stuff at you and you're just gonna be confused. How you doing, guys? What you doing, guys? Okay, so who's the poor man's Shaco? Which one's the real one? There's the real one. Come on, man. Yeah, I do look forward to using this trick when I have 4 graves. You can also do it when you have 3, right? But then you are not getting an extra grave, right? In a sense. Although, are you even getting an extra grave? Yeah, you are. Okay, let's try to... People trolling in PBE. People do be trolling in PBE. So here's a trick. See how you have this experimental hex plate? See how I release Maiden and I get the speed from it? Isn't that funny? So you get 2. You get 1 on placement and you get 1 on release. So just to keep that in mind. Yeah, this is PBE with all the changes. Kind of a bad Maiden release, actually. I don't think I can fight this guy, but I can definitely distract him a little bit. There's that armor reduction. I think I can catch him because of the new buffs, right? What was that? Guys just died. I think I can do a macro moment here. Yorick macro is something you don't see very often. These guys are going to be mad that we are quote-unquote try-harding in a PBE game. And I'm going to be try-harding, okay? I think he does. This is not the clown. Not the clown, but the clone, I mean. Oh, did you see what happened there? That was so funny. Did you see how he disappeared? Oh, please. Sorry, guys. I had to finish the game. I had to do it. Yeah, it's with the Yorick changes, my friend. I feel like I should make a new hat for these changes. I feel like I should make a new hat for them. I kind of want to play support. I kind of want to play support. Okay, I'll go get some water. You know, Yorick, support is still in my mind suffering, so you'll have to pay me a lot of money to do that. Yorick jungle is more of a suffering than Yorick support, so... And it just got nerfed, the Yorick jungle. But the Yorick support got buffed. So... So yeah. Hello, my friend Rift Doctor. Hello, hello, hello. Trinity Force. It could be now that they have forced you to build Trinity Force just because the ghoul's attack speed scales from Yorick's attack speed, so... You know, it might just become an auto-attacking stat-checking champion, as they call it. Unflinching is more valuable because the armor is less on Yorick now. Yeah, I know about the trick when you pass a nearby opponent with a... Okay. When you pass a nearby opponent with an army of ghouls. I don't think I've gotten a kill that way, but yeah. Oh, Nafiri. Nafiri. Look at that hot dog. Look at that little hot dog dancing.
New donation from Braxton Kai game Dev Go.
Oh, my friend, thanks for the donation. Is that 2%? Is that 2%? That really, you know what that means. It means 2 hats. It means new 2 hats. Okay. Yeah, thank you a lot, my friend. That is much, much appreciated. And I will have to give it to you, you know, if you have good ideas for what 2 hats I put on, the first call is for you. And if you want to give that sort of that, okay. If you want to give that opportunity to the chat to decide what kind of a hat to do, you can do it. And I will try to kind of, you know, make sure that the democracy works. But, you know, if you have 2 ideas like just, you know, just a trucker's hat and then another one which is sideways, I'll take your suggestion. Yeah, the message was game dev go. I know that in last video I said that I absolutely love Unreal Engine, and somebody said that oh, you know, it's a horrible time. Damn, she's strong. I don't like Nafiri. She can also you know, get out of situations. And someone said that it's the worst time to go into game dev. Be that as it may, it's really fun. It's ever since I learned how to use Unreal Engine, it's just, I'm still struggling with cooking up any tutorials, but I'm slowly doing that for my other channel. I have like only these short tutorials, which are kind of like jokey, but kind of a little bit tutorial-y. But I'm cooking up serious tutorials, and it's just, I come from Cinema 4D. I've done a lot of motion design in Cinema 4D. Oh no, and she does it. Come on, Zed. Zed? Okay, he has his own problems. I'm guessing he has his own problems. So, it's just such a good way to work when everything is real time. And Cinema 4D struggles big time, with real time. It's interesting that E now gives you armor penetration, and it kind of, you know, the freak said that Yorick is gonna be a teamfight champion now, and it all kind of connects. You want your jungler to be AD, you know, because of that. I don't like this. I don't like that she's just jumping in there. I really don't like that. Don't forget the trick. No, I'm not gonna forget the trick. Don't you worry about that. You know, she's one of the rare champions who just, I think, outright wins against Yorick. Cho'Gath also wins, but you kind of, it's not a stat checking thing. It's more about outplaying. But she is a stat checking. At least that's how I feel it. You know. Come on, my friend, calm down. I'm gonna do the trick. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? There it is. Or did you have to sit down? And because of that, my friend, I don't have enough now for summoning the maiden, so thanks. I guess it wasn't because of that. I guess it wasn't because of that. And you know the point I made about game dev in my last video that I think didn't land because I was rambling? I want to say it again. It's a little bit like painting. Painting became more accessible, and people started painting for pleasure. And again, I still think that people should be able to sell their paintings and just become top G artists, right? But you can see how people started doing painting just for pleasure, and it's a little bit similar with game dev right now. It's so easy that you have that opportunity, you know. These changes are not out, my friend. These changes are not out yet. What's the trick? The trick is when you have 4 graves, you click Q very, very fast, and you're gonna have an extra grave as the ghouls spawn. Oh, he lost the cannon. Or did he? Farmer, I hardly know her. So she has an invulnerability on targetability now. That is kind of... Oh. Why is there a line here? Ah, he barely had it. Barely. Do I get this immediately just because I have the money for it? I'm gonna read your suggestion with more care after the match, my friend, because I feel like I can't give it enough attention. I can only give it, like, you know, a little bit of attention. What about the one of comical ball cap trucker hats or something funny like maidens want me, minions fear me? You know, maidens want me is... it is something, it's kind of hard to define. Maidens want me is something that could be ridiculous. Oh. Boom. Okay. Was this the best? It wasn't the best because I didn't get her, but that was one of the best walls I've done in a while. Okay. Yeah, she has that eclipse now. Yeah, I forgot the... Okay. What are you doing, lady? 3 seconds? 1? Where does she get that speed? She gets a lot of speed. You know, I said that she stat checks Yorick and wins. But, there's the hat trick. Boom. What is that? She stat checks Yorick, but it seems like I'm stat checking her because, well, I don't even have Maiden and she's back now, right? Yeah, she's untargetable now. I really like this thing where a cannon minion is just shows how he got missed. There should have been a message about missing that cannon minion, you know? It says something about weird, but Riot should have used the opportunity to like this. Should have used the opportunity to make something about... Okay, I can buy this. Something about losing the cannon minion. Maybe it's a counter of lost cannon minions. That would have been a great April Fools. A great. Hello, Adam. Hello, my friend. Hello, hello, hello. I'm again without Maiden. Yeah, that's the trick. It works with 3 too. These hot dogs, I like it. I gotta be honest, I like this. I don't like thinking about food when I'm playing. Okay, she's just untargetable for some reason. But there's so many graves around. What you doing, boy? What you doing, boy? What you doing, boy? The cockroach and the dog. Guys. Yorick got buffed, okay? How did the Shopify shop went? I don't even want to answer that. I don't want to answer that. Well, one person bought the mug, and Shopify sent me an email that I have to do something, and the shop got sort of put on hold, and I just you know, let it go. I just let it go. Silently into the night. But I'm really happy about the one person who bought the thing. Who bought the... what was it? It was something like... I even don't remember what it said. It said... Oh, it said Idi with a D. Yeah. It was Idi with a D mug. But, you know, Idi with a D. It was a shop about Idi with a D and it wa. So, it's fine. It's kind of expensive to make those mugs, you know. The thing is, it's almost like donations. It's such an expensive item that it's almost like the person who's buying it is in a way donating, right? So I think there's a conflict of interest in the sense that if you want to support the channel, and let's say you'd buy a mug for $25 and I see only 6 of them, you might as well just donate $25. And it's almost like there's no other meaning to buy the mug. At least that's how I see it, because of the pricing. It's almost like every time you buy a mug, you would do that only because you want to support the channel, just because, you know, you think, you know, I'm going to do it. But at the end of the day, it gives you so little revenue that it sort of works against it, you know? You know what I'm saying? Okay, these PBE games are obviously not something... they are not really serious, I feel like. People are doing random stuff, and I kind of like the randomness of it, but, you know. Yeah, my opinion went from happy to sad to happy, and then now I'm staying at happy, because I think they have successfully killed lethality, like, outright. I'm surprised he didn't mention anything about this, because I feel like, well, that's the real reason you're doing it. 360? What? Did I get 360 for missing a cannon minion or something? Or am I seeing things? Or was it something else? Okay. Don't test my politeness, okay? Kazakhs. What you doing, boy? You are just fighting without the wife? Okay, that was untargetable. You know, Yorick feels pretty strong. I'm not... What that is? There it is. Yorick feels pretty strong, I have to say. You actually got 360 from that cannon. I'm getting... Get a party favor. Oh, I actually ignored those. You know, this is the phage build. This is the phage build. I've been a fan of phage for a long time, and now Yorick will. So I got 41 now, right? Yeah. Don't test my politeness, Kazakhs. I am going to... Do not test my politeness, my friend Pantheon. Okay, he could actually win. You know how polite I am? And this is gonna be dumb, and you're gonna think, wow, that's crazy. So, some time ago, I don't remember when, let's say 8 years ago or something, or maybe 10 years ago. It doesn't really matter. I was in the toilet, public toilet. And a guy mistakenly walked into my booth. And my first reaction, which is embarrassing and dumb, was to tell him sorry. That's what I did. I extended my hand and said sorry. And I thought back on it and thought, what the F, brain? What you doing, brain? Because he's the one who should be sorry. And I sometimes remember this and think, what is going on? You know, with my brain. Guys, he run. It's too bad I didn't have a chance to... Oh! Sorry, guys. I didn't wreck that stop. It wasn't a Tomcat. I didn't wreck that. How did I survive this? I don't know. Is Yorick overpowered? Yorick gonna be overpowered. No, I just said sorry. And I also remember when I was like 19 or maybe 20, I was kind of trying to meet women, right? That was the first time when I was kind of like actively thinking, okay, I need a wife. I wasn't thinking I need a wife, but I just, you know, I was trying to get into the game. Oh yeah, look at this. You get a grave from jungle camps. That's interesting. I wonder how that is going to change the dynamic. So I was working as a bicycle courier, and there was a lady who was working at okay, careful. Yeah, he saw that. There was a lady who was working at a bread shop, and I really wanted to ask her out, and I was, you know, gaining the courage over weeks. And then one fine evening, fully stressed, 100% stressed, I went... What are you doing, guy? Okay, team fighting happening. What you doing, guys? Flashing, doing a bunch of stuff. Nothing's gonna work. He's out. So I get up my courage. I walk up to her. I don't remember what I said. It happened so fast, as these things do. And she said no, basically. She had a boyfriend, apparently. And I didn't know at the time, you know. I've heard stories about girls just saying they have a boyfriend just to, you know, kind of keep you out. And what I said to her was, this isn't as bad as the bathroom situation, I guess. I don't know, you tell me. But I said, thank you. I said just thank you. And it didn't make sense, you know. If you think, you're maybe thinking, oh, it could have made sense because of the... Okay. Because of the way the conversation was going. But no, it didn't make any sense. What's going on? Yorick pretty strong, because we started this game. We started this game with 10-2, right? Do the ghouls really get speed? Attack speed, where it is? 113. Let's see. Are they? Yeah, they do. What happened? Why did they surrender? Okay, either way they did. You know what? I'm reading the comment about the hat. Maidens want me. The problem, okay. I have to say, the unfortunate. Oh, we were 4. Well, hopefully. Should I, by the way, change to Yorick support, or are you fine me playing mid? It's gonna come. Don't you worry, it's gonna come. Hello, Namli Min. Hello, my friend. You know about the hat, Brax? I can't put the only thing I could put there is, I would say, maximum 5 characters, because it's just gonna be so small, it's not gonna be possible to read. I was in this problem last time when I did the hats, because yeah, you literally, people won't be able to read it. So maybe it could be something like he smash, and then it's in parentheses is maiden, and you kind of don't. No, it does. It's the same problem because it's too big. It should be something. If I'm gonna go with the trucker's hat, as you suggest, it should be, yeah, no more than. For example, if it doesn't make sense, right? But if it would be he sit, that would be okay. Or he slap. I think he slap would still be kind of okay. But that's, you know, that's about it. Your suggestion about the maiden is way too long. People are definitely not going to be able to read that. I was just thinking of the women want me, fish fear me meme. I don't even know that. Let me check. Women want me, fish fear me. Okay. I get it. No, I don't get it. I understand it. I don't mean to say that I get it fully, just having been exposed to it for 10 seconds. Because that's disrespectful to the meme, isn't it? Women want me, fish fear me. It's funny because I imagine a guy fishing, and guys usually go fishing when they want to be away from women, or they, you know, they find peace at the pond. Peace at the pond sounds good. Is that about the smell? My friend, you made it. I didn't even think about that, and I don't think it is. Come on. Calm down. So yeah, Yeah, I don't see any other way, because if I look into the future and I think, okay, I still have 88% until my goal, meaning that it's going to be 90 hats. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. The first hats definitely need to have, if I'm going to put any kinds of characters and symbols on the hats, they should be really, really small. Or, you know, it could be an inside thing, because people will ask, oh, what does it say on the hat? And then I'm gonna do a little bit of this, whoop, and then you can see, right? What do you think? Chat, speak to me. So far, I think the changes are for the best. I don't like it, as I said, watering down Yorick, but you know what? In these past games, yeah, it feels good to just stand in place and, you know, just press abilities and all kinds of things are happening. But it feels exactly like that. It feels like I'm not really thinking about anything too much. I'm just pressing abilities and everything is, you know, kind of happening. Because obviously they want you to have more graves, more ghouls, more graves, more ghouls, blah, 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 all that, right? So, and that's exactly how it feels now. Yeah. You can do an... What about a real face cam? What do you mean? This is a real face cam. Yeah. These games are with the changes. Oh, Ushanka, that's the hat from... is it from Russia or is it from... I feel like it's from another place that was under the Soviet Union. It's just that people see it as Russian, right? Is that true? Okay. Okay. I am the real Yorick. I don't know what you're saying about the face cam. I don't understand, my friend. I honestly don't understand. You could actually rig the real Yorick model from the in-game in Unreal Engine and have the camera react to that. That's actually not that hard. You can actually do that. I should do it for April Fools. You didn't hear it here today, if I end up doing that. I would like to see how that looks. Have you tried lethality with the changes? No. I don't think... Okay, I can try Cyrilda's, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be worse. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be worse. Oh, where's my Q button? I was pressing A. What's a good way to pull the model files from the game? Do you mean from Riot, from League of Legends? Oh, I keep forgetting that you can slap him to make a grave. If he turns out, I ignite and win. If he turns around, I wanted to say. Okay. Snatched the loss out of the jaws of victory over there. The Shaco is gonna gank me again. Let's see. Neela versus Neela. Neela wins. Oh, I shouldn't have used wall. Come on. I shouldn't have used wall. I should have hit him one more time and ignited and he dead. What am I doing? Yeah. So I get the question. So this is exciting. It is, if you're, oh. What are you doing, boy? You're not gonna win this. Okay, he gets away, unfortunately. So the thing, okay, so here's the way. It's not as easy as you think, but it is doable, and it's not that hard once you understand what's going on. So first of all, you need two, you basically need two applications. One of them, not applications, but just programs. And you can download both for free. One of them is called Whoop. Okay, it's not called Whoop, it's called, what are you doing, lady? Come on. They really want to stop me. So one of them is called Obsidian. That's responsible for getting the file, the game file. And unfortunately, Riot has, for whatever reason, you know, they have their reasons. The format of the file is different. It's like basically Riot format. So you get the Riot format with the first tool, and then you have another tool which converts the Riot format to a GLTF or GLB, which is used by Unreal Engine. And then you just drag it in, and that's it. And it works. And it's, you know, it is a little bit of tinkering. You have to tinker a little bit there, but that's exactly how I did the Draven model. If you saw my Draven short, where Draven was having those flappy... he dead. Draven was having those flappy hands, and that's how I did that. And you know, it's it's not going to be enough if I explain that you can do it downloading those two programs. I would have to show it to you, and I would be willing to do it, you know, in a video, if that's because it's something that people that people ask very often. So yeah, basically that's the process. If you want to immediately start working on that, there's a Discord. There's a Discord called, I don't remember what it was called. I can send you the link afterwards. But people deal with this kinds of stuff, and they have tutorials and they have walkthroughs and stuff. And yeah, you can. But rest assured, you can do that, and you can even get the map. You can get all of the stuff. You can get Scuttle Crab, you know, everything. I'm actually not sure about the Scuttle Crab, but I don't think there's any reason you shouldn't get it if you can get all the other stuff. You know, Shaco coming, right? Because he wouldn't be doing this if Shaco wasn't coming. Can I get the information about making a grave on the queue on a champ? Buffs. There are the buffs. Because they also buffed the speed of the mist, morning mist. Yeah, you basically queue the champion and there's a grave, that's it. No information, no hidden information there. Yeah, this hardbound axe is really good because it gives ghouls attack speed. No, it happens every time. You just queue and there's a grave. Doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. I think I didn't finish what I was saying about the ripping of the models, but yeah. In any case, you can do Unreal. By the way, is the best. Oh, he was doing it to get the April Fool's thing. And Unreal is the best software for that because, for example, in Cinema 4D and Blender, you have to do all kinds of extra things to see the animations. But in Unreal, it is kind of a straightforward way. Oh, you know what? You know what's a very much faster way? You know what you can do? Go in sketchfab.com, search for League of Legends, for example, Aurelion Sol or Draven. They have a lot. They don't have all the models, but they have a lot. Especially the ones with in the title it says, you know, Draven, for example, and in parentheses it's League of Legends character. You download that, GLTF or GLB, and you drag that into the Unreal Engine and it's going to work immediately. You don't have to go through the software, you know, the stuff I mentioned. But if you want the most recent models or like different skins or for example Maiden or stuff like that, you will have to go through the Obsidian and LOL to GLTF, I think it's called. But to just see a model, I think Graves is there. There's all kinds of stuff there. Somebody had just, you know, done the first step and just uploaded it to Sketchfab. So if you just want to see the animation, you can do it from Sketchfab. And it's super easy. You just drag it in. Unreal does its thing. All kinds of files appear. And at first it might look confusing. You think, oh, what is this skeletal mesh? What is this static mesh? And I would suggest you don't even think about it too much in the beginning, because it's going to make sense later. It's a little bit like driving, you know. You want to understand everything because everything is confusing. But it turns out that the best way to learn it is just to do it, and ignore the complexity. And then after some moments, you have kind of like, oh, you know, this is the way it works. Oh, this is the way it works, you know. Which is the real one? Which one is the real one? Oh, that's the real one. Let me just do that real quick. So yeah, Unreal, once Unreal imports the thing and you get all those files, you can just drag the animation in your scene and it's gonna work. You're gonna see it immediately. That's one of the things that's really, really nice about Unreal. Things that just work very, very, okay. What's happening here? I think that's my first ghoul kill on PvE. They have set it up so that specific things like these GLB or GLTF models, they work very effortlessly. I think it's the right word. And of course, after that, the real deal is when you apply ragdoll to them. I was very sad that my short with my Draven, with the Draven meme that I made, because the only reason I made that meme is because I was really excited, but that you can get ragdoll effect on League of Legends characters, and that's why I was thinking, okay, how can I show that? So I kind of encapsulated that into a meme, and I was sad that it didn't go further. I was sad that it didn't go further. Does that file converter work both ways? I'm not sure. I think it does. Maybe it doesn't. Are you asking if you could have a GLB model and then you turn it into a Riot model and then you make a skin or something? Maybe. There's a specific process for skins. But I'm not an expert in that. Okay. Yeah, Tsixali, I will remember you, specifically your cowboy image, because you are the one who taught me the trick, and I honestly, it's the first time I do it, and it seems like a thing that would have worked even before the patch. Oh, I don't think it's gonna be that easy, Brax, no. Maybe. If you figure it out, you have a gold mine. But the thing is, you probably, in Unreal, you can edit the animations, but it might not be able to sort of easily export you know, it's not really meant to edit something and then export to something else. It's more meant to have to use them in the software itself. But yeah, are you self-taught? Come on, man, of course I'm self-taught. I don't want to, you know, sound you know, like an ass, but yeah, of course self-taught. I don't want to. I don't want to. You know, I imagine there could be some schools that are trying to teach this stuff, and that they are, you know, struggling and teaching and kind of trying to have good programs. And I don't want to knock on them, but it's just my experience has been that all this stuff is much better self-taught than if you go somewhere, because all other you know, bad things about education like that aside, the stuff changes so fast that by the time they make a curriculum, it's already outdated, right? So I feel like it's more, you know, you have to self-teach that stuff. Oh, I'm gonna die here. Why is she 6'2"? Come on. The Q cooldown is pretty low. This is just insufferable. Look at this. Who did this? Who's at fault here? Okay, you go in, and the worst possible thing happens, right? Oh no, too late. Too late. Art schools here teach mostly traditional art, and I'm like, bruh, we're in 2025. Yeah. Yeah. I think, but I also have, that's not the only beef. We have, right by my house, we have this, big art school. And I look at that, and it's almost like there's a feeling that, oh, you know, this is where the art happens. But that's not true, you know. Art, it's such a thing that it can't really, it doesn't need a location, and you probably can't teach it. So, to my mind, it's weird to go to an art school for art. You could go to school, to a painting school, for example. Oh yeah, you could do that. But for someone to teach how to make art, again, I don't want to sound like an ass, you know, pretentious person. But there is something about art that is really outside of every continuation of this sentence really does make me sound like a pretentious ass. But I think it's true. It's just true. So I will have to bite that bullet and sound like that. And you just can't teach it, you know. And I even think that it's more likely that you're gonna not be successful in your art if you go to school for it. And of course that's not 100% true. Of course you could find kind of like an interest. Oh, okay. You could find that in school too. It's just that if you okay? Damn it. We really don't have a team this match, do we? What is a team, I have to say? Anyway, you know, I'm gonna cut my rambling short, and I'm sure if someone cares about this, they're gonna write a comment, and I can. That's one of the good things about streaming. You can cut your rambling, and you can look at the chat and think, did anyone care? And then you see no one writes any messages, and you think, no, no one cared. So it's fine. Art versus design. Oh no, we lose. My eyes actually hurt. My eyes actually hurt. They want it to end, unfortunately. 666. I don't think I've seen a. I really like the saying "life imitates art." I really like that. It almost makes me think of a sphere. In mathematics, there's a perfect sphere, right? But in real life, there's never a perfect sphere. But it seems like the spheres are trying to get to a perfect sphere, you know? Not trying, but they kind of grow. If they have the right, how would you say, patterns, maybe? Patterns of growth. I really like that saying, you know? I dropped out of art school just 3 months after realizing that I didn't learn anything new. Are you some kind of a secret art genius? What are they doing? Just popping those bubble. What? Okay, that's a little bit too much damage, isn't it? That's a little bit too much. Hello, and goodbye, Mike. Mike Winterborn. Thank you for being here. After this match, I will take a little break, and then we can make the hat. Okay, but for now, let's just keep it at ideally no words on them. Ideally no words on them. Maximum 5 symbols. For example, smash, I think would be okay. Or slap. Or farm. But, you know, it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. No, take a break. I'm gonna take a break just to rest my eyes a little bit. Most expensive art is used to evade taxes. Oh, I thought that you say I read that as the biggest art is to evade taxes. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Okay, so no, I'm not gonna end the stream. Since this stream had 2% donation, I have to make 2 hats, right? So I'm gonna do the trucker hat, and then maybe you can maybe you have to think of the other one, or you can give it up to the chat, you know, and I'm gonna use polling. So yeah, I'll be back in, let's say, 10 minutes, okay? Okay. Da-da-da. Okay, my friends, welcome back. Welcome me back. Welcome me back. Now, I have to go to the closet and find some hats, okay? I have to go to the closet and find some hats. If I have any. I was thinking about it. I can actually put the writing on it. It doesn't matter that you can't read it. It's probably just gonna be a mystery, you know, whatever. Let it be a mystery. Let it be a mystery. When will Yorick grow mustache? That's an interesting suggestion. I'm kinda lost here. I can't find the hat that I'm looking for. Trucker's hat. Yeah, I have a place where I just type in my, you know, in my closet I just type in the words and then I find the hat afterwards. And the hat just, you know, it helps me find it. Draven stash. Does Draven have a mustache? It's one of those things you don't know if, Okay. Okay. Okay, I can show you what kind of hats I found. I can show you what kind of hats I found, but you're gonna have to be patient with them because they don't really look like the hats you wanted, right? Fu Manchu, what is that? Oh, that's funny because he has that. Oh. Well, you can use your second point for the 1%, because your donation was, I think it was 100, so you got 2. 1% is 45, so you got 2 and 10 extra. So you can suggest doing the mustache too, if you want. That's dumb enough. That's dumb enough for me to use it. And I say dumb, of course, in the best possible way. Okay, so I have to duplicate this, right? Let's see. Sorry for being so slow, but yeah, I'm a little bit tired today. I have to be completely honest. I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit tired. But I'm gonna show you 3 different hats, and you can choose one of them, okay? And then if you decide on the mustache, of course, the mustache too. So the first hat is this. Sorry about the clicks. Sorry about the clicks. And while you think about this hat, while you decide if that's a good enough hat, I will pull out the other one so it's a little bit more fluid experience for for the stream. I was watching a stream by Tara Reid, the rapper, and he was doing such a poor job, and I felt better about myself because there were so many problems in that stream. He even said something he shouldn't have, and then he had to enlist that stream, and I felt a lot better. Okay, so this is the first hat. Are you ready? Are you ready? Count down. This is gonna be like the streamers, the pool streamers, the ladies who say count down, counting down, and I'm 1, 2, 3, and then there shows she has a kind of a revealing something. Oh, but it should be on top of the other one, so sorry. Have you tried Deep Rock Galactic? What is that? What is that, my friend? Is that a game? Yeah, it should have been on top of the other one, so sorry about that. Don't you worry, I'm gonna move it. So this is the first option. It's gonna be on top of the farmer's hat. It looks like he has put it on backwards. Yeah, this is better. What's happening with the beard? Sorry, something happened with the beard. I have to go to the dressing room again. That's pretty dumb. That is pretty dumb. Oh, I know what it is. Very slow here today. 651. Okay, now it's gonna be working. It's a space dwarf mining game. No, I have not. You know what I wanted to try on stream? Tell me if you're interested. There's this game about a cat who winds up in a tall building. It's made in Unreal Engine, and the cat has to get down, and it's unfinished, and that's what why I wanted to play it, because it's unfinished. You know, the guy released an early demo, and there's a lot to be, I think, kind of looked at there, and I thought it might be kind of fun to play an unfinished game. Father, can you tell me if Yorick feels weaker? Definitely stronger. Definitely stronger. Yeah. Okay, so this is the first hat. Let me show you the second hat. And tell me which is the better one, okay? And then tell me which one is the better one. By the way, I broke my monitor. I had 2 monitors, and I was changing stuff around, and what happened was, well, got a little bit too cocky, and I placed the monitor sideways, and I thought, it's gonna be fine. Fell down. Boom. And it just tipped over. It wasn't even that big of a deal. It just tipped over. And yeah, that was it for the monitor. So this is the second hat. I'd watch it as long as we get Yorick musings. I'd watch a Poker Cat game. Do you mean a game that I made? Or, yeah, the unfinished games, I find it, I think it would be really, because I know how it is to just make stuff and think, oh, is this going to work? Is this going to work? But then looking at someone else's work, I downloaded it and I played it just a little bit, and it was immediately interesting for me. So I was wondering if I should do that, because there's not too many unfinished games. You know, there's not too many games that are unfinished that are accessible. You should play Farming Simulator. You know, I'm just farming it as Yorick. I'm just farming as Yorick. Okay, so which of the hats? I could put a white thing over, you know, across it, so that the words are there. How about we do the Draven stash and then we let the chat choose the hat? Okay. Easy. No problemo. No problemo. The Draven stash is, I think it's going to be much easier because I just have to find it and Google Draven mustache. Oh, there it is. Wow. That is really something, you know. And that's the sound of me copying things. But all of this is happening in the closet, of course. Don't even think that there's something going on in Photoshop or something, right? That's not true. That is not true. I guess I will just have to upload a video of the CAD game review to see if people watch it or not. Because it's one thing to ask people, hey, you know, would you like that? And then it's another thing to see if people are actually interested in that and something like that. Although I might not have a choice, because that's where the winds are blowing from in my mind, you know. And I kind of have to follow my mind, don't I? Things are just happening pretty slowly in those in that regard. In my Steam profile, I have only 2 games. I have Half-Life 1 and the cat game. And what's interesting about the cat game, the person who made it, maybe, and I don't know, of course, because I don't know the person. I saw it in Reddit, you know, in game dev forum. They said, oh, I made this, you know, check it out. And I immediately, when I opened it, I had some feedback that I wanted to say, and I'm wondering if the person would see that as flame or not, because usually the feedback, well, I don't even know. You know, I sometimes, you know what, I'm actually a kind of a bad person in in the sense that, oh no, with this mustache, he actually paired with this hat, it does seem like I'm going for some kind of a Asian thing, which is not true. Which, oh no, I can't do it. I have to take off the hat. I have to take off the hat if I'm gonna do this. Because that's the wrong idea. It's not really meant to be any kind of an Asian thing. Oh no. Yeah, I'll have to change the farmer's hat too. I can show you this for a second. But I think that's about it. That's about all. People are gonna draw the wrong conclusions about this. Does the animation even work? Yeah, it does work. I will make this flappy. I will make this flappy afterwards. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. We have to change the hat if I'm gonna go for these Draven mustache. It needs to make sense in the context of Draven, right? It can't just be like, oh, you know, he has this farmer's hat and then he has this mustache. Maybe I have to, you know, maybe there's a fix possible there. I don't like the blue hat simply because it messes with the this thing. Also, we don't only need hats. We can also go for stuff like hair. You know, for example, I had at some point I had the people kept calling me Bob Ross. So I had Bob Ross, the afro that he had, and that looked pretty funny. So stuff like that can also be done. You need a women love me, fear fish me hat. Fish fear me hat. That's so interesting because Brax said maiden, you know, he suggested maidens love me, minions fear me. Now that I think about it, I should probably write that on the hat. And it doesn't matter, you can't read it. You're gonna be able to read it when I make it bigger. So we'll all just know that that's the message underneath. So this is probably going to be the last match because I'm going to tell you, I'm feeling pretty tired. And then I'm going to let the chat choose the hat. Actually, no, I can't let the chat choose the hat because the blue one doesn't work. The blue one doesn't work. It's messing with the blue screen. So, okay. You know, I felt better when I had Stridebreaker. I really did feel better in those games when I had Stridebreaker. So, I hear Mr. Mori lower than usual. That can't be true. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is. Yeah, the thing that's most interesting about laning now is that I don't need to think about hitting the... Whoop, there it is. Yeah, there's a grave. Boom. I don't need to think about last hitting minions with Q. I can just hit this guy. My ping was too high? No, I did take it. And you get graves. So now I have 4 on level 2. You know what's interesting? Level 2 all-in is going to be much stronger now than it was before. Much stronger. Mucho stronger. Volume sounds decent. Whoop, there it is. Damn, that was so close. That was so close, that the timing of that blind. Like the end. I was trying to time it so perfectly so it ends right as I hit, so that I can ignite and he dead. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, the early game for Yorick is definitely stronger than it was, so... You know, again, I'm gonna say it for the billionth time, and you might already be annoyed about it. But, you know, it seems like a buff. Okay, it seems like a buff. It really does seem like a buff. But the problem, of course, is that they be watering down that Yorick. Yorick Musings. You would watch it as long as there's Yorick Musings. What do you mean Yorick Musings? Do you mean musings about Yorick, or musings, Yorick Musings in general? Did he blind one of the guys? No. Okay. Because the commentary would probably be different, you know, on a game like that. I would probably just comment whatever. Yeah, all the fixes with the ghouls and items stayed, so... They also fixed a bunch of stuff like ghouls jumping over the wall. It's apparently fixed now. And you can recall while hitting, for example, a... What is this? When does that happen? When you step on that little power-up, right? You have collected Shaco boxes. Every 10 boxes will give you a small party favor. How do you choose the right runes? Right now, my friend, I can't answer any of those questions you have, just because it's all up for change, so it doesn't even matter what I do. Because, you know, again, it's all up for change. Because I'm definitely not gonna do... The thing is that the ghouls are slow, are gonna be slow now. And they're gonna be fast if you build attack speed. So it's like you will probably have to do attack speed on Yorick. I don't know. He said that it's not worth, you know, getting the attack speed. Oh no. Please tell me it's not strong enough. Oh. How does that happen? You know why that happened? I can tell you. I can tell you why that happened. Oh, that's... Oh, he's in jungle. I didn't even notice. Can I sell this? Yes. It's funny that he died, and I think he died because the tower targeted me instead of the ghouls, right? It was the classic ghoul situation. Favorite Yorick skin. Now, why am I using this skin? I don't even know, because this isn't my favorite. My favorite Yorick sound on a skin is this. When he throws the E. That's my favorite Yorick sound. Okay. Here's how you block him in. So there's no way he... Oh, you can even get graves. Okay, all of that is very interesting. The fact that you get those graves like that. He got scared. Okay. Timo is not really putting up a fight. Yeah, it is a shame that they nerfed Yorick Jungle immediately after it becoming a thing. And it is immediately because... Damn, a cannon minion should count as a big monster or a champion when you hit it so that the grave spawns. Oh, there he is. I just used everything. Slapped him. He doesn't have flash. He can actually stop. There's no way he catches me there. Look at how much he's losing. This definitely feels stronger, so you know, at least it's stronger. At least it's stronger. Poor Timo. Poor guy. What you doing, boy? Look at this slap. All these speed changes are really working, you know. I feel like they're gonna nerf him. They are gonna nerf Yorick. He does like absorbing that mist, that's true. Yeah, the little comments are just an April Fool's joke, I think. April Fools. Why does April fool? Why doesn't March fool? Does anyone know? What you doing, boy? You will die. So it makes sense to hit the big guy so that there are more ghouls, right? Because you get, yeah, again, you get more ghouls. That's, why isn't he hitting them? What are you doing, guy? My guy. You know, he's a young player, probably. I don't know. Mist Absorber 2.0. What's his name? Yivig. Yeah. What is Seth doing here? Is Seth a young player too? Come on. Come on. What is going on here? Morgana is asking. It's a good question, you know? It really is. Oh, no, 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 no. Renekton. I don't like that he's here. Yeah. Lived a little bit too fast, too close to... Flew too close to the sun there. A little bit too close to the sun. A long time ago I made an animation, I think called Father and the Son or something. I think it's on my Mr. Anderson Tutorials channel. And it's a joke about the son asks the father, "Have you seen my sunglasses?" And dad says, "No, son, but have you seen my dad glasses?" And he does a little dance that went way too long. Did she flash? Okay, there's a grave now. So I get graves in team fights, which means that, you know, they want Yorick to team fight. They want him to slap and smash and run. This is actually a really fun game against this team. Well, I guess it's because this is just an easy game. That's an easy game. Okay, Seth missing that pull. Careful. Imagine ending the game before 15 minutes. Can happen. Oh yeah, the ghouls appear when I hit it. It's so weird to do that. It's a new mechanic for Yorick players. Here's another grave. Here's another grave. Here's another grave. Top tier dad joke. Yeah, it was literally a dad joke. I think I posted it on Reddit, the dad joke subreddit, and people liked it a lot. It was a regional hit. Oh no, they surrender. Okay. I think it's time to end the stream. So I am gonna write the words that you wanted me to write on the hat. But again, it's not gonna be readable. It's only gonna be knowable if you have been on the stream. And yeah, I'm not gonna ask the chat for the hat opinion because the other hat is blue and a blue hat doesn't. I guess I can change the hat's color settings. Why you know, why do I think that I can't do that? Because I think I can. So you know what? Let me just very, very quickly go here and change the color overlay, is it? Or I think if you go in the hue and saturation, you can change the color a little bit so that it's, let's say it's this color, right? So yeah, so either this hat or, now pay attention, this is going to be the next hat. Boom. So which one do you prefer? The red one, pinkish one, or the other one, the gray one? I don't mean to influence your decision. Okay, I'm not going to say which one I like the best because it's definitely going to influence your decision. So, like a trucker hat. Let me search what is a trucker hat. I did trucker hat. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to get a trucker hat, I guess. I'm gonna have to get a trucker hat. Gray one is fine. Yeah, but you did say a trucker hat, so... Because the 16th century switch from Julian to Gregorian calendar, those who still celebrated Old New Year's alone were called as fools. Really? That's such an interesting thing. I'm gonna trust you. It's like a ChatGPT answer, probably. And, you know, I'm not saying you didn't know that. I'm just saying I could have asked ChatGPT. But I'm gonna trust you. That sounds correct. That sounds correct. Trucker hat. Well, I have a red trucker hat. And it doesn't look like a Trump hat, so it's fine. I can do a red one. Maybe you like this one. Let me just show it to you real quick. It's a little bit low quality, but I think, well, we'll see. Maybe it's a little bit too much low quality. You be the judge of that. You be the judge of that. And it's a little bit too skewed. So it's not gonna work, definitely. I don't know, maybe you think it's okay. No, it's not gonna work. If I choose this one, then I have to move the... It could be above a different hat, so that could be fine. You know, because then it's not gonna block the eyes, right? So let me try to fix it like this. I think this is gonna work. But I still don't like that this looks like an Asian thing together with the Draven mustache. What is the ideal world time for an open game? Open world game? I think daylight, isn't it? Did World of Warcraft have night too? I think they had. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna choose a different farmer's hat to put under this one, and I'm gonna put some text on here. Just have the white front. Oh, you mean like the period's futuristic? I don't know. I don't like the future ones. I can tell you that. Yeah, I'm gonna place a different farmer's hat under this one, and I'm gonna write the text on it. So I think that's gonna work. And I'm gonna, it's gonna be on the next stream, and hopefully, yeah, Cyberpunk I don't like. Cyberpunk I don't like. And hopefully you will approve of it, Brax. And again, thanks for the donation. 2% closer to the goal, which is kind of beautiful, if you ask me. Which is kind of beautiful. Again, yeah, thanks for watching this. It was 4 hours, quite a long stream. And tomorrow, I might stream tomorrow as well, by the way. But we'll see. I'm not promising anything. Yeah, I really wanna start reviewing those games, because it really is interesting, at least to me, playing games that are not finished, because it's just such an interesting field, game design, where you can go into wrong directions very quickly, and as people play your game, you would think that, oh, this is fun, this is working, this is not working, stuff like that. So that's why I really, yeah, the little cat game, I really want to show it on stream next time. Little cat game, because it's kind of unique, and it has the quirks, and obviously the gameplay is not really kind of polished yet. At least it doesn't seem like it is. So it's interesting to see the kind of like the bugs there and stuff like that. And obviously it's made in Unreal Engine, so I kind of already see some stuff there that's that I recognize from the engine, Yeah, again, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you next time, my friends. I'll see you next time.